When you communicate with somebody who are involved in this business, you can see next to their name, lead AP, etc. Which means they are the person who has some minimum knowledge about the green buildings. And also expansion of state and local green building programs. In other words, there is some tax incentives. If you install solar panels by 2016, you'll get some the tax incentives. That is kind of the government programs that you can use. And also there are lots of programs that we don't know because we need to do some research. For example, you may ask your parents that, hey, Dad, I heard something about the government programs that we can get some the incentives about our buildings. If you install some of the high efficiency appliances, etc. And also public and private incentives, and also green building technologies. And also green building material is very, very important areas that we should be innovative to create the new green building materials. One of the examples is that, do you know the bamboo? Bamboo, right? Bamboo usually, you know that you can use the hardwood floorings. One of the main things, bamboo is great green building materials because you can use the bamboo bamboo grows within 10 years. So that we can use the bamboo materials within 10 years. Otherwise, the regular wood members, we have to wait many, many years until it grows well and also it has the enough size. So one of the big problems of using bamboo is that it doesn't give you the strong enough strength. For example, nowadays many people is conducting research to making the bamboo for the structural member, so that it supports actual buildings. As you may know, class, your house and also small commercial buildings are all made of wood frames. They don't use concrete and the masonry a lot because they are expensive. This is the least expensive construction method. Think about if you use the bamboo for the structural purposes, you can save lots of money and also it has lots of benefits to your health and also environmental impact. One of the also main problems is the adhesive. When you make laminated wood, it is the layer of the several wood panels. You need to glue to stick them together. But it generates the toxic which is harmful to our health. So one of the research that I read is that they try to use the soybean to make the adhesive out of the soybean. And you never think of it, right? Have you ever seen the house made of paper? It's a real house. Google it at home. There is the house actually made of the paper. Have you ever seen the house made of hay? You cannot believe it, right? You can build the house in the hay. They are all the kind of the green building materials. So this is an interesting topic to think about and also do some research on website so that you can enjoy some of the pictures about the houses made of hay, made of some papers, etc.
I have a question. Are you talking about like in a developed, like in a city or in a rural area?
Not the city.
Oh,
They're
okay.
like rural areas.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, rural areas.
What kind of condition do you need to grow bamboo? Can you do it in the U.S. or in the
U.S. we have certain locations. As far as I know, we have certain locations of the north of California. And also, majority of the bamboo is from the East Asia, like the Vietnam. And
So we have to import it?
yeah, we have to import.
We cannot grow enough here.
Probably not. Even though we have some land here to have some bamboo for it. That's a great area, actually, bamboo. So what is the problem? What is the cons? What is the barriers that we can pursue green buildings? Still it's the financial disincentives from the owner side, because owners should think about more money, because they have to install the higher energy efficient appliances, equipment, and also they need to use the green building materials in order to claim the credit. So from the owner side, still financially there's some disadvantages. But eventually that's not true because you need to think about the long-term life cycle. And also there's not enough research about the green buildings, even though there are lots of the conferences and forums and symposiums around in the nations. And also still the people are not aware of the green building movement yet. They know we have to save energy, we have to reduce the waste, etc. They know, but they actually don't know how to take action practically. See, awareness problems. And also prevalence of conventional thinking, because especially the construction people, so we are not good at changing something. We used to stick to the traditional ways. One of the examples is the glass. Think about your house. If you see the inside of this building, there is a stud, which is the vertical member. This is the side of vertical members inside the building. It has the 16-inch on space. Every 16-inch on space around your roof or your house, it has a vertical member from the bottom to the top. But based on the lots of researches and also construction associations, they encourage contractors to use 24-inch on center. Around all the projects, think about how much material you can save from the 16-inch on center to the 24-inch on center. And also, if you have the 24-inch on center, you can add more insulation materials. Am I right, guys? Which means it's better in terms of energy savings. However, still, contractors like us stick to the 16-inch on center. Even the 24-inch on center is strong enough to support the buildings. They hesitate about the new changes.
Is it because the architects basically get their commission based on the total amount of the material that they use rather than how much energy they save? The more you use, the more you spend, then you get more commission. So the tendency is to make it bigger and
And also, adverse to perceive risk. So maybe people think the owners think about there's lots of risks. Because this is kind of something new to the owners. But I hope there is changes from their perspectives. And also, especially public school, like the K through 12 schools, they do not have enough funding. Actually, they do have enough funding, but they do not have enough funding to support the LEED certification process. So that California and also Arizona and also Minnesota, there are several states in the nation, they create their own green building rating system, which is called CHIPS, which stands for Collaboration for High Performance Schools. In other words, they are going to evaluate the schools from the beginning of the planning until they complete the process. Instead of using LEED certification process, they are going to use CHIPS to make sure they design, they build, they operate the buildings environmentally. This is kind of another program for the K-12 schools. Because based on the restriction of their funding, they are not allowed to use those monies to pursue LEED certification because they go beyond their scopes. But I was told from my graduate students that nowadays they found a way to use those money to pursue LEED certification nowadays. One more thing that I will mention is that LEED is not only in the nation. It is all over the world. There are many countries involved in this LEED certification process. Even my own country, South Korea, there are lots of buildings that pursue the LEED certifications, even though they have their own green building ranking systems. So again, as I mentioned, lead certification process, leadership in energy.